Hi, this is The Life of Emma by Emma Robinson. My story begins about 17 years ago when I was born. I was born to an African household, so I didn't grow up how most people that look like me grew up. By age 2, I discovered my first love, which was tennis. It was everything to me, from watching Venus and Serena duke it out in tournaments to my sister, who's one of my biggest role models, play for not only her high school, USTA, and her college, and she still plays USTA to this day. Once I saw tennis, it just brought something I've never felt before. When I play it, I feel like I'm on a whole different planet. So I played. By age 8, I started USTA, the junior division. By age 10, I was ranked number 1 in Georgia and number 10 in the southern states, which are a lot of states. If I'm not so sure the listing, I would say, but not quite sure. But by my last tournament at age 10, I started developing knee pain, and it was so uncomfortable. I could barely walk, and I went to the doctor. They gave me a $700 bracelet, not bracelet, but knee brace, and they said I had wide legs, which was really peculiar because I didn't have it, but that's what they said. So we just went with that. I still played with tennis, and then bounced to another doctor, to another doctor, to another doctor, till one doctor looked at me and said, one leg is shorter than the other. At that, it was about 0.70, 0.25 of an inch, so it wasn't too big. But he said if I didn't get it treated, it could get worse. As worse, it could be a whole foot, which was shocking, but I still played tennis. Then after a while, 8th grade comes, after bouncing doctor to doctor, I found out I didn't have wide legs. I had SCFE, which is a hip syndrome that happens when your leg falls out of the hip socket. So it rises up instead of staying in the socket. And so that's where it was causing my knee pain, my short leg. And he said I need to get it treated, which I didn't get it treated immediately until about 2 years later. So months passed by, years, and I'm in my sophomore year, first semester. I'm getting ready to play second season of tennis. And then a doctor tells me I can't play tennis anymore, which was heartbreaking. And he referred me to this one doctor who he knew he could do the surgery. So we went to him, and he took x-rays and explained it into further details because the doctors that I've been to didn't explain it. And right now, I'll insert some of my first x-ray clips. So after that, months passed by, and then we did surgery after the end of sophomore year, and surgery was mentally tough. I was told the statistics that most girls, when they go through major surgery, they end up having a lot of mental health problems and not just being the best version of themselves. And I wasn't the best version of myself either. I had anxiety attacks, breakdowns, all of the 9 yards during the summer because it sucked being in the house every day for 7 days a week, being in bed, binge watching Netflix, and just not being able to do much. Then I had another appointment, and he said my surgery went well and I could start doing therapy. Therapy was extraordinarily interesting in a way. I was the youngest one there with a bunch of elder people, so it was kind of nerve-wracking at first, feeling like an outsider, but after a while, therapy became one of the most fun things I've ever did. Then some time passed, and before school started, he told me I could walk on it. I was happy, but it was a tough road because my leg was very weak from not walking on it for a few months. So it was kind of hard, tough, physically and mentally, but I overcame it. Then started junior year. I'm currently a junior right now, and started doing enrollments, and everything was good. Now, as for today, here are some more of my x-rays that I'll insert right here. And so far, it's been about 8-9 months since I've had surgery. I've never felt better. I have more movement in my leg. I feel much better mentally and physically. And I'm playing tennis again for my school, which is extraordinarily great because I love tennis. It's just my first love. And so when I did the surgery and realized how I got overlooked by so many doctors who misdiagnosed me more than once, it made me realize how many more kids out there like me, how many more boys and girls just like me who get misdiagnosed and never got cured, never saw the doctor, never got them cured. And what I found out is when kids don't get cured for what I had, it leads to further problems, back surgeries and hip surgeries, getting hip replacements and knee replacements by the time they're 50 or younger or older. So it just struck me how all of these people that have hip surgery stuff, this is what caused it when they were younger. However, either their parents didn't take them or doctor mistreated them with something that wasn't the problem. So with that, it gave me an idea. I've always wanted to become a doctor. I was just clueless on what, because I didn't know if I wanted to be OBGYN, a heart surgeon, or any of that. I had no idea. But when I had the surgery, I realized I wanted to be a pediatric orthopedic surgeon. So when I become a doctor, I can help kids prevent this so they can have wonderful lives, not have to worry about hip surgery or back surgery. They can just be themselves, be kids, because it is a toll. And even though the side effects are still on current pain and having to be on pain medication, not all the time, but just needing it for when the pains are unbearable, this surgery was worth it. I'd rather have this surgery than not being treated and having hip replacement by the time I was 25, which was my prognosis. But by the end, I've realized, yeah, I want to make a difference. I want to create an organization to help kids like me, to help kids do something during the summer. I just want to create something where kids can be themselves, have fun, get help in school, play tennis, play basketball, do whatever they want, and let kids be kids. And that is the life of Emma. Thank you.